What's up, Goon Squad? It's your boy back again, Jody Magic Fest Keith, here with another Magic Fest story. That's right, baby. We're just getting back from Magic Fest Niagara Falls. Got to see a wonder of the world. It was a wonderful weekend. Hung out with the Goons. And now we are currently in MC London. I'm out here in London right now. Check it out. We on the docks, baby. Got the Airbnb. Everybody's getting in. Chilling on the water. You know, just out here. Play a game, see the world, and, it's a beautiful thing. Now, story from this past weekend is, I don't know if you know, but I used to be a judge when I was a teenager, so I love judges, and I had, a lot of people, I catch bad rap sometimes because I like to call the judge, right? I like to call a judge if there's a problem with the game, because you should call a judge. You should never be scared to call a judge. But, in the world that I live in now, where I am a content producer and, people have different opinions about you, and like your public image is important and all that stuff. I like to keep it real, but I also have to be a little careful. So, usually, especially if I'm playing Legacy, which this was a Legacy Grand Prix, I'll play a little casual. If you make a little mistake or something, I'll like just warn you. Like if you did something wrong, I'd be like, yo, you got value out there. That spell costs 4 more mana. Please be careful. No big deal. If it happens again, then I'll call the judge. So I'm playing a match against Miracles, and it's a pretty epic match. I'm playing lands, they're playing Miracles. It's a super grind fest. We end up playing this game. It's taking up a lot of time, but to start out, I come up with a couple mocks. I start with a 2020. My opponent fetched the Underground Sea, Brainstorm, passed the turn, and then on my turn, after making the 2020, they cast a Brainstorm and then reveal the Terminus, crack the fetch, and then Terminus the 2020. I was like, whoa, where did that Terminus come from? Because Miracles usually doesn't play Underground Sea. What is the black in your deck for? I was thinking. So I was like sitting there. I was like, what's this Underground Sea doing in your deck? Oh, well. So then I continue to play. I loam. I get a Sylvan down. I play real patient. I keep presenting the 2020 to where they can't get a Jace down. And then whenever they got the Jace down, and my opponent was very friendly, very nice guy. My opponent plays a Back to Basics. Now, when the Back to Basics got played, on the next turn, I cast a Life from the Loam. And the mana that my opponent had available was a fetch land, which I'm trying to get him to break his fetch land so that I could go score to the Basics or Wasteland the Tundras to remove all the white sources so that we can get the clean kill with a 2020 one shot. So I cast the Loam. The Underground Sea's out there. Opponent casts Spell Pierce. I don't pay because I don't want to get my lands locked down by Back to Basics. But the Underground Sea is now locked down. So I pass the turn. My opponent untaps all their lands in one motion. Looks like a clear accident. So I was like, hey, bro, can you, make sure I said that Back to Basics is really fucking me, bro. It'd be nice if, you don't get to untap your lands too, symmetry for symmetry's sake. It's like, oh, yeah, my bad. And it was a mistake, so I didn't say anything. Should have called the judge. You got to call the judge. This is, I'm looking out for my image. I'm not out here. I don't want everybody out here thinking I'm a damn rules lawyer. When it's some simple mistake, I'm a good judge of character. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. This guy looked like somebody I'd fuck with, So he seemed real nice. So game goes on. 4 turns later, opponent untaps the Underground Sea again. So I was like, whoa, bro, come on. This is the second time I'm telling you. I don't want to have to call a judge. If you could just make sure you don't untap the non-basics. I'm getting jammed up by this Back to Basics. I'm going to play Magic. I'm playing lands. So it'd be real nice if you keep that sea untapped. Thanks. And so the game plays on. Jace comes down. Counterbalance comes down. I got the Sylvan down. I got the Exploration down. We both got everything we want pretty much out there. I'm loaming. We're doing the thing. I'm presenting the 2020. I'm getting whacked on by a couple Snapcasters. My life total's at 1. I killed both the Snapcasters. And then I pass the turn. Opponent has 8 planes. I have a Ghost Quarter and the combo. And when I pass, that turn, I cast the Loam, and the Loam revealed, the Counterbalance revealed a Skeletal Scrying. Oh my gosh, I've not seen that card in forever. Skeletal Scrying. That's an OG right there. And I was like, oh wow, that's what the black is for. You're out here trying to draw some cards with that Skeletal Scrying. But it only costs 1, so then the opponent Force a Weld to where we couldn't get back more mana in an aisle. But we still have Ghost Quarter and the 2020, and we're floating a Rashad Import underneath with the Sylvan. Can't be touched by the Jace. This Jace is at 13. So then I pass the turn. Could ult the Jace. On the instep, though, opponent plays Snapcaster. Okay, so Snapcaster comes down. I pass. He untaps, draws, casts Accumulate Knowledge. And I was like, wait a minute, dude. Why is this Underground Sea untapped? And now it just looks kind of bad because there was a black card on top of the deck the turn before. Now, I mean, you didn't forget to untap it for the last 15 turns. And now, I mean, you didn't forget and untap it the last 15 turns. But now you revealed a black card last turn. And this is the turn that you remember to untap it. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Might have to look. I got to call a judge on this. Nothing against you, bro. I got to call a judge. So, I mean, had to call a judge. I called the judge, talked to the judge. This is what happened. We both agree. He untapped. Mistake, untapped them all. One motion, all the lands. Okay, could easily be a mistake. I said, look, this is the third time that he's done it. So the judge pulls me aside because I'm at one and there's a Snapcaster that's about to kill me. So this is a bad look for me if you think about it, because it looks like I'm about to die to this Snapcaster. But I know, the goons know, I was not about to die to this Snapcaster. So the judge's like, tell me what's going on in the game. I said, well, basically my opponent's about to die, and my opponent untapped an Underground Sea for the third time this match, and this is what I told the judge. And, it looked very innocent the first couple times. It's just only a little weird now. The only reason why I called you is because there's a black card the turn before, and it just doesn't make sense that he untapped it this turn, but not the last 15 turns. Something to look at. Boom. That's it. Told the judge that, sit back down. You get a bunch more judges talking, and then they get the head judge in on it. So Abe comes over. Abe's a head judge. Great judge. Love Abe. Awesome. Honest, awesome Abe. Sits down. He's like, all right, that's the opponent to say what happened. So the opponent's like, all right. Opponent's like, hey, pretty much, I think the only problem with this whole thing is that Jody called because he's about to lose this game. And I looked at him right now and I said, I am not about to lose this fucking game. I said, I ain't losing this fucking game. I ain't losing this game. And I'm like, oh, shit, man. They got all these judges here, and he's trying to say that I called because I think that I'm about to lose this game. I don't think I'm going to lose this game. No fucking way. You're about to lose this game, bro. So, sure enough, Abe's like, yo, I understand that. Well, obviously, I'm paraphrasing here because Abe, he's not a yoer, especially not a very professional judge. So Abe's like, you do understand that you need to call a judge the first time. You can't be you're not a judge. I'm not a judge. I'm not a judge of that event, even if I was a judge. So you need to call a judge every time. I said, Abe, I would love to do that. I really would. But I caught hell on Twitter this week for some pith needle shit. And, it just hurts my feelings, bro. They're going to put me on Reddit out here, man. Fuck, man. If I'm calling the judge every time, he's like, well, you need to call a judge every time. I said, Abe, listen, I'll make a promise to you, man. I'll call the judge every fucking time, dude. Every single time. But you have to be okay with the fact that I'm going to tell them that you told me to do it. I'm going to be like, Abe made me do it. Abe told me to do it, baby. If you can live with that, then, go, all right, I'll do it every time for you, Abe. He was like, yeah, I can live with that. Smiled. Said, all right, watch the mentions, bro. Watch the fucking mentions, bro. Because there's mentions out here, man. There's mentions out here on the internet. So I said, okay. I said, all right. So then he's like, but as for this, I have to rule that this is, looks unintentional, so we're going to continue the game with the Snapcaster. I said, okay, bro, remember, you have to kill me this turn because you promised you were going to kill me this turn. So we played. He untaps with the Snapcaster. He's like, attack, and taps it sideways. I was like, whoa, dude, beginning of combat. He's like, okay, yeah, beginning of combat step. I'm like, go score that planes. Get that white source out of here. He's like, all right, it's dead. And then he's like, attack with this. He's like, float a white. Attack with the Snapcaster, so it left his pool. So I'm like, make it 20-20. He's like, do I still have that white in pool? I said, no, you don't. And then he's like, all right. I said, yeah, we changed phases. So then I get the block in with the 20-20, eat the Snapcaster. The Jace down takes to 12, bounces. Next turn, I get the loam off, and I'm hiding the Rashad Import underneath a Tabernacle, and that's Sylvan because I'm at one life. And then I represent the combo with one piece of interaction, 1 mana denial piece, with a Barbering in my hand. So then pass the turn. And then the opponent draws, and then, or no, I have 2 pieces of interaction versus 1 Marsh Flats, which is what you need, because you need 1 to bust up the Vashland, and then you need 1 to bust up the Tundra, because there's only 1 Tundra in the graveyard, so there's got to be another Tundra in the deck. Ghost Quarter, and then Port is what I had. I got to grab that Port that turn, didn't have to cast the Loam, had the Dark Depths, whatever, here we go. Got the combo plus 2 pieces of land and interaction, pass the turn, got to get through 1 Marsh Flats to kill with this 20-20. Got a Barbering in hand. Pass the turn. Jace ults. Barbering's in the deck. Deck's gone. See you later, deck. Nice knowing you. Then, opponent plays the Marsh Flats, number 2. So I'm like, well, now I'm fucking dead because he's just going to fetch and get a Tundra. And then plow my thing and I'm a deck. This is terrible after this whole long game. And it's like, time had already been called. They gave us a 13-minute extension. I've been sitting across from this guy for 65 minutes. And this is the way it's going to go. So I'm like, Oh man, what a way to end this game. So he's like, all right, so that's it, huh? Good game. And I know I'm dead, so I was about to shake his hand, but then I'm like, I don't know, man. Might as well play it out. Everybody's watching, you know. He's like, yeah, but you don't want to hurry up and try and get this second game in? I said, Judge, how much time we got left? And he's like, you don't want to try and win real quick on the second game? Which is a nice thing to say if you're a nice person. You know, give me the chance. Hey, don't miss out. Don't leave this opportunity off the table here, which is a good opportunity. I have rushed and I played the same tournament, rushed and won in 4 minutes or less. So I thought about it. Judge, how much time we got? Like 3 to 4 minutes, something like that, right at 4 minutes. And I was like, that ain't enough time to sideboard and play another game, bro. Let's just finish this one. He's like, okay, we'll go. And then I was like, well, in step, I'm going to wasteland one of the marsh flats. He's like, that resolves. I'm like, fuck. I was hoping he would fetch the Tundra and then I could port the Tundra. But my opponent was good legacy player. So I was like, waste that. It resolves. Then I'm like, all right, whatever. Port the second main phase, port that second marsh flats. It's like, okay, it resolves. And I'm like, what? You're dead. Are you ready for instep? Yeah, instep. All right, make it 2020. You're dead. Oh my God, it was so grindy, that whole game and the whole thing. And it's like, damn, man, that dude tried to get me to scoop because I thought I was dead. He almost tricked me into scooping right there. That's some slick shit he was trying to pull on me. That's why I don't scoop, man. People get mad because I don't scoop. People get mad because I call a judge. Apparently, I did everything right there. You got to call a judge, and you have to not give up. Obviously, there's some time constraint. You can do things, to give yourself a better chance at winning the whole match. But for the most part, if you're going to kill me, just make him kill you, So have you ever been in a situation like that where you had a weird judge call, and then, it looked like you were going to lose the game, and you turned around and you won? Love to hear in the comments below. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe if you enjoy this content. Want to hear more story times? You can also support the stream and the YouTube best through one-time PayPal donation, joining my Patreon for the sweet perks, and getting your Goon Squad gear so you can represent the Goon Squad at your next live event. Definitely would love to hear your comments about your stories down below. I love stories. You tell me a story. You tell me a good story, I'll probably retell it in a YouTube video because the best stories, deserve to be retold. One love, everybody. Good vibes. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.